everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I ended up watching Lindsay's Scribble latest video, which is her setup for her Hobonichi weeks, which she uses a lot as a memory keeping. And I somehow am waiting for a one piece Hobonichi weeks now. No, I did try it first, but I did really like the idea of having something really minimalist. I think the monthly is going to be birthdays, weigh-ins for me, and that's it. And then the back pages will be if I need to have a little bit extra journaling. I've been journaling very little in an actual journal. If you've been following me for a long time, I have a running of like different journals. I start because I like switching the covers and the size. So I have a passport, and it's B6 Slim. And I have a traveler's notebook and a pocket Lutstrom. I have 4 journals that I've started, not finished, went back to it, blah, blah. But lately, I haven't been journaling a lot. And part of it is because of my morning pages. While I follow the prompts that come, if you haven't seen, I'll show you. There's a bunch of prompts in there. And they're great. And I like grabbing one. And then they're 2 sides. So you can kind of, the best book I ever read, or If I Let Go. I would go for it if I let go. And then usually I keep journaling and whatever is in my mind will go in there. So I found myself not reaching for an actual journal. So the idea of having journal minimalist about what happened that day, and then a running to-do list that could be as mundane as when I did my laundry, when I went grocery shopping, when I watered my plant, seemed really nice and really organized. I've always admired her aesthetic. Is so minimalist, while mine is always like, I don't know, slap a bunch of stickers and put color everywhere and draw and everything, which has another charm to it, I'm sure. But I love the idea of having a book where it's really just more minimalist, basically, but also keeps me honest with all the things that I need to accomplish at home. I had a few days off for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrated. I hope you all had an amazing one. And I was really grateful for the time off because it's been a while since I've had just 4 days to myself. And it kind of, I was able to reorganize my apartment, do things that I had on my to-do list for a while. But part of it was also because as I was doing it, and because I was here so long, the reminder of the other stuff that I wanted to take care of kept coming. And I like the idea of having a place where I can just write them. Right now, I am writing a lot of this in the sequence, which is kind of copied from the Coffee Monsters Co's, like a little bit, like her ADHD journal as far as like the format, but like it's all over the place. Oh yeah, and this page, for example, I was thinking about Hobonichi challenge, and as you know, if you've seen my last video, I gave myself the challenge to draw bugs this month, and there was a day where I didn't know what bug to draw. Like honestly, there's a lot of repeats. I don't want to draw some gross ones, and I did draw a spider. I don't know that they're in the same family, whatever. But I thought about the beetles from ancient Egypt. I went to Egypt when I was 18, and I have one of those turquoise, really cute beetle. And so I started looking it up, and then I came up with a bunch of themes. Now, I know somebody was asking me, how did you find it? I'm going to give you a few ideas of what I have written down for the following months, and you can also decide to pick and choose whichever theme you choose that day, But one was ancient Egypt. There's a lot to draw there. Tourist attractions around the world, wild animals, maps. I love that idea. That's really hard. I feel like that will take a little bit. Tourist attractions in your area. I think that's such a great idea because like, if you have the time, you can go to the actual place and draw it there. That's fun. It becomes an outing. And famous people you admire, and then a freestyle month if you want to. So this is the kind of stuff I put in this. I also put whatever to do I have that are very specific for work. And usually it's just one word to remind me, oh yeah, I have to finish this or that. So it doesn't mean anything to anyone. It's gibberish, but to me, it means something. This I'm hoping to phase out once I actually move into the Sterling ink. The back pages, I don't need a page per day. So I already put like the date, and I just want to have a very minimalist like running list, and I may even do a 2 first just to save time. And this would become this. As much as I love this, by the way, I do love this. This is a little Midori A6 elastic, and it's not too loose for this one because this is like a weird size. Here, I'll show you next to an A6. It's not exactly a pocket, I don't think. It's as, you know, wide as an A6, but it's shorter, but it still works with the elastic. So yeah, so that's the idea. I totally went on a tangent, but yeah, so I'm getting the one piece cover. I will obviously make a setup video for everyone. I want to keep it. I'm obviously going to put stickers. I mean, who am I if I didn't? But I'm trying to make it really, I don't know, work for me, but also really minimalist. It's funny because being home, I also realized I almost wish I had more journals, which is insane to say, but basically I have a system and it works when I'm busy. And when I'm not busy, I find myself like, well, I'm done with all my journals. Like, I'm pretty caught up on this except for coloring. And that's another thing. Like, I usually take the whole table. I have all my markers, my watercolors, and then I color a few days in a row. It takes time because of the Tomo River paper, because it takes time to dry. So you can usually do 2 pages and then you kind of have to wait before you can turn. And right now, I mean, August. I'm still in the beginning of August, but then I colored some, I colored some in September and I colored some in November. So there's no logic to this, but I want to make sure that this is completely colored. It's probably one of my thickest one, which I don't know why I really didn't. I have a few things that I stuck on there, like my daughter's birthday card, or I have a few of my son's drawings on here. They're like, I think this is not on thick paper, but there was another one that's on a thick paper. But otherwise, yeah, I try not to put too much stuff, but I like the idea also to be able to have a little bit of, you know, if I have a paper from that day, I like to put it in there. Part of me is always, every year, I wonder if I should switch to the cousin to do my illustrated journal. Part of the reason I don't is because this has been easy to keep up, and it took me years to finally get to a system. And also, they're all this size, so it'd be weird to have like a bigger one. But I do fear, I've tried the Hobonichi Cousins a few times, and like I usually do really well until June, and then somehow something happens and I'm out. But also sometimes I have really empty pages, and sometimes there's not enough space, and that's when I used to journal a lot more. Again, not journaling as much, not writing as much. If you're asking, and I'm sure people have noticed, there's a lot of obviously double and tripling, because in this I put what happened in my day in the new journal Hobonichi weeks, but I kind of put my feelings in there. This is just what happened that day, and this is as well, but with illustration, just writing. I love the 5-year for this. I can look on March 25th and know what happened in 2023 and 2024, and if I go back I can look at the 5 previous years because I have another 5-year. Again, every time you see me talk about this, get a 5-year. It doesn't have to be Hobonichi. You won't regret. You can even make your own. So that's it. I rambled today. So hopefully everybody is coming out unscathed from all these cells and focused. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.